friend, and we asked what he thought she meant when she used that word.
There goes her homegirl Common.
That word, and if in fact she is being discriminated against, and this is what Common said. Take a look.
As a black woman, do you think she's getting discriminated against? Yes. You know.
Here's my thing, and I say this all the time about a lot of these black simps. How come they never have a woman? How come these black simps, they never have a woman? Why is that? You know why that is? Because most of these guys are more content to play the side dude to the so-called black woman that they claim to love so much. Because they have no idea on how to be a ruler. They have no idea on how to preside over their own household. And a lot of simps are pansexuals too, i.e. Common, allegedly. Allegedly.
They obviously, if they're testing her more than anyone else, it's a reason for that. It's in that.
Yeah, maybe they tested her more than anyone else because she has wider shoulders than you do.
Whether it's conscious or subconscious, and I would say conscious, it's the fact that, you know, that she's a black woman, and they're looking for some reason to be able to take her down or discredit her, but she's the queen. Yeah.
Absolutely, she's the queen, i.e., she's the mother goddess of the sports industry. This is another female worshiper. This is another venerator of the mother goddess principle. I remember when Common first came into prominence in the mid-'90s, or really the late 90s. That song, The Light. Of course, brothers are going to say, well, Common was out before then. Yes. I remember when he had Can I Borrow a Dollar? Something like that, his first album was called. But people like Common and T.I., the reason why you see them popping up in so many films is because they're Luciferians. They venerate the Baphomet, and they're pansexuals. But still, I'm just trying to figure out. Common respects and loves the so-called black woman so much, but he's 45 years old and he's not married. Shouldn't he be married to some dark chocolate woman and be walking up and down the street, holding her dress and holding her hand so that her dress don't touch the ground and nothing dirty besmirches her hand? Like, what's going on? Maybe this guy's doing a lot of acting off camera as well. According to Taraji P. Henson, she states that Common is not the person that you think he is. That's according to her. But, you know, once again, you know how a lot of these modern liberal females are. They get with these Captain Save-A-Ho types and they realize that it's all an act. Because that's all black simps do. They put on a big front and a big act so that they can jump from woman to woman to woman to woman and play perpetual side dude. That's all they're about. That's why I always state the black simp never has a woman, but he spends all his time talking about how wondrous and marvelous women are. Why is that? Because he's not willing to get into depth and getting to know most of these broads because he just wants to be a side dude his whole life. Common is another fraud when it comes to that black male, black female aspect. And as I already stated, he was just one of her homegirls. If he loved Serena Williams so much and she loved him so much, how come she went and married a white boy? How come she's not with you, bro?
Yeah, Kate, look, she's one of the greatest figures in sports ever and leaders. She's incredible.
Leaders of what? What is she a leader of? She might be a leader for you, but in real life, even you wouldn't follow her because most of you black simps have the mind of a woman. You don't know what you think from moment to moment.
Incredible human being, so like I don't know why they would want to bring her down. She does so much for the sport.
Yeah.
You don't know why they want to bring her down. You just said they're trying to bring her down because she's a so-called black woman. So which is it? Do you know why they're scrutinizing her or do you not?
Yeah, so Common clearly thinks that it's because she's black and she's a woman.
Common don't know what the hell he think. He's just trying to stay on brand.
Woman that people that are running the sport are looking to find a reason to knock.
Look at this shit. This is like one of them photos that black chicks take when they're in high school. Come on, girls, let's pose.
Knock her off the pedestal and replace her with somebody else. Yeah.
The first time I said to myself, something's going on with this dude Common, is when I saw him in that film Terminator Salvation. I said, you're not getting into that movie unless you're a pansexual. There's no way in the world. Because Common's acting chops ain't that damn good.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they've dealt with a lot of racism when they've been coming up through the ranks, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
First it was about their appearance and the braids and the beads, and people didn't like that.
Right.
Then it became talk about their, oh my gosh, she's fine. Then it became talk about her body style and stuff like that. And then there were some remarks that people made where they were talking about, I guess, different animals and stuff.
She's been through a lot.
Yeah, been through a lot.
And for as great as she is, maybe the best female tennis player ever, the endorsements haven't matched up with how dominant she's been.
So that's my whole point with this whole.
Well, the main reason why you have endorsements is because you feel like the person that you're marketing your product through actually has a certain level of appeal to the masses. So if Serena Williams is not getting that many endorsements, it's because her potential endorsers know that the fan base that supposedly she has, that being black women, are not going to buy her product. Like, what are you going to market through Serena Williams? Tennis sneakers? Are so-called black women going to go out and buy the latest Serena Williams sneakers? No, they're not going to do that. So what else is she really going to market? And then due to the fact that she has very masculine features, that's just the bottom line of it. People can get mad at that if they want to. But due to the fact that she has relatively masculine features, what other type of products is she going to be used to sell or be used to advance? Especially in a society, once again, that is dominated by the Caucasian. This kingdom is dominated by the Caucasian. So they prefer to have prominent black men advertise their product because prominent black men or male athletes, they exude that masculine energy that a lot of other races of men wish that they had. Serena Williams does not have anything that other races of females wish that they had. You might say, well, she has a big butt, but a so-called white woman or Asian woman can go to a surgeon and get a big butt, and none of them really want to look like Serena Williams in the face. I'm just being real with you. There was a time period where Halle Berry was used on television to market a lot of products because she represents a form of beauty that's much more palatable to other races. I'm just telling you how marketers are going to think.
This whole thing is, if you look at the endorsement numbers that come out every single year, it's always Maria Sharapova on top of Serena Williams, despite the fact that they're not even in the same ballpark when it comes to victories. And
I looked it up. Venus actually has more Grand Slam wins than Maria Sharapova does.
Yeah,
they're both clearly better.
Makes a ton of money because the advertisers, for some reason, want to pay more for a blonde, blue-eyed white lady to endorse their products than Serena Williams.
I think all that's true, but
Also understand that tennis is seen as an elitist sport. Tennis is seen as a sport for people who are in a good position financially and societally. So it's very difficult for a so-called black female like Serena Williams allegedly is to promote products through the sport of tennis. Also understand that she's another Nike asset. She's an asset for globalism. But unfortunately, once again, she's not someone who really can be used to promote athletic products because most so-called black women are not going to buy a pair of sneakers because Serena Williams is wearing them. Most so-called black women and women, period, want to dress in different attire from the type of athletic attire that Serena Williams will be used to advance. And are you going to have Serena Williams on television with a lot of her physical characteristics trying to market something that is meant to exude an energy of femininity? No. I mean, it's no disrespect. In regards to Maria Sharapova, of course, she has a lot of the physical characteristics that are meant to embody quote-unquote standards of beauty across the world, that being a Caucasian female with blonde hair and blue eyes. But that's a global issue. I'm not quite sure if that's as consistent with the problem that Serena Williams has here in America, not only with her being a so-called black female allegedly, but also, once again, her having a masculine body type. I'm sure that a lot of people are going to be upset by what I'm saying. It is what it is. I think that a better test would be if there was somebody like a Sloane Stephens or a so-called black female that had a more feminine body type who was able to rise to prominence, and we see a similar issue in regards to advertising. But there's no doubt that, of course, there's always going to be that racial dynamic. But there are a lot of sub-levels with Serena Williams. There's something rotten in Denmark with her. Just my view of it.
I don't understand why. USADA is the one that gives the test. Why does USADA care if Serena's
well, the
white, black, or purple?
The insinuation is that somebody at tennis might be influencing this all the way
That's so
down
counterintuitive to me. Why would tennis or American tennis want to take down the only good thing about American tennis right now?
Because they're trying to figure out why she's built like an NFL linebacker and her tests keep coming back negative. And the answer is that she was born a male. That is the answer, allegedly. Allegedly, that is the answer, that she was born a male.
I think that based on the advertising numbers we were talking earlier, that maybe they think that the sport would become more popular and advertising would be more effective if they had a different face of tennis, a white face.
Babcock, let me ask you this. Do you think that Serena is paranoid and making all of this up in her mind?
No, I just think...
I don't think so either. I think that she probably is getting tested more than every other athlete. At least in tennis.
I think Serena probably is getting tested more than other people, but I think, just speculating, the reason is because she's so dominant, and people, they question how she could be so good. I think that's the much more likely reason.
To that point, USADA has said that the people that are at the top of their sport get tested more than anybody else, but to Van's point, Serena Williams is not an idiot, right? And she doesn't just talk out of her ass. Like, she's been doing this a very long time, and if she feels like she's getting tested more than other people, I think that you got to take that seriously.
Be a long conversation.
Be a long and funky ass conversation. But anyway, that's basically it on that. Is Serena Williams getting tested than most of the other athletes, at least on the female side of tennis? I have little doubt about that. But I think that there's this element of what is it that she's doing that has her body looking like that, where she's so physically dominant over the other females, not even just in her play, but in her overall body type. And then on top of that, her facial structure, her jawline, so on and so forth. Even in many of these still shots, there are certain photos where her musculature is just off the charts, and then there are other photos where it seems to have diminished. So is she using some type of drug that is allowing her to have her body increase to a high level of muscularity and they cannot detect it? Or does she just have the overall DNA structure that allows her to pack on muscle like that, which would be extremely rare amongst women? But anyway, peace.